If you have a Bible, you need to go to Revelations chapter 2, verse 17. Revelation. Every time a preacher says Revelations, there's somebody in the crowd going, uh-oh. Revelations chapter 2, verse 17. That's what our scripture is today. I'm going to explain it to you. We're going to go on. First of all, I'd like to thank your state youth director for giving me the opportunity to come back 2 years in a row. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, bro. Thanks for trusting me with your kids. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank every youth pastor for trusting me with your babies this week. And I promise you, I preach to the best of my ability as hard as I can. And some of y'all think it's over. It ain't over. There's one more gold nugget we're going to have, and I'm about to throw it out in the crowd right now, all right? So everybody touch your neighbor and say, it's on. Touch your other neighbor and say, here we go. Somebody look at somebody and say, you better not. By the way, this is going to move so fast. This is going to move so fast. If you even get up and try to go to the bathroom and come back, it might be over by the time you get back. So you got to hang on to yourself. And I'm just saying, because it goes like this. Revelation chapter 2, verse 17 says, whoever has an ear, let them hear what the Spirit says to the church. Everybody say, to the church. Watch this. To the one who is victorious, I will give some of the hidden manna. Now stop right there. Let me explain this hidden manna thing. How many of you have ever tasted a Big Mac? Listen to me. That stuff right there can change your ever-loving life. I remember the day that I first tasted a Big Mac. It changed my life so much that I even learned to rap with the ingredients. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. You know what it is? It's that special sauce. I don't know what they did, but they must have sprinkled some crack up in that stuff right there. Because it was over the top. You never forget the day you tasted your favorite food. Anybody like macaroni and cheese? Somebody say, I remember the day. Touch your neighbor and say, I remember the day. So those who are victorious, I will give some of the hidden manna. That stuff right there is just good. That hidden manna is over the top. Watch this. I will also give that person a white stone. Everybody say white stone. Come on, say white stone. Now look, with a new name written on it, only known only to the one who receives it. Somebody say white stone. Now listen to me very carefully. The world will label you. The world will point things at you. The world will say what you are. The world will tell you what you are. The world will tell you, oh, you like boys, you're gay. You like girls, you're a lesbian. The world will tell you all this stuff. They will label you, but it doesn't matter what the world says. Your parents may label you. Some of your parents, they're meaning well, but they don't do it right. They're telling you, you're stupid. You're so stupid. You're so dumb. Why don't you try to study? You might not be as stupid as you are. They're just trying to make you do better. They're not really calling you stupid. But you got to understand that when God comes in your life, when you give Jesus Christ a chance, the Heavenly Father leans in from the throne and he hands you a white stone with the name written on it. It's your name that God's given you. And that's the name that matters. That's the name that counts. And today, before you leave, he's about to hand you your stone. Somebody touch your neighbor and say, take the stone, bro. Somebody look at another girl and say, take the stone, girl. If you with me, say yeah. If you really with me, say oh yeah. In the balcony, say yeah. On the floor, say yeah. Oh my Lord, the balcony was louder than the floor. The stone. Somebody say, take the stone. Touch your neighbor, say, take that stone. Look at your other neighbor, say, you better take it. Now everybody repeat after me. Are you ready? Watch this. Say this. When you take it, you read it. When you read it, you see it. When you see it, you know it. When you know it, it will change your life. If you agree with that, clap your hands right now. You ready? Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. When you take it, you read it. When you read it, You see it. When you see it, you know it. When you know it, it will change your life. Now, wait, here we go. Y'all, is everybody all right? Like the energy level just kept going higher. I like it. Now watch this. Some of you need to know what some of those names are. You will only know which one God gives you. But there's a tell you, guess why it's on a white stone? Don't lose that stone. Don't let the world take your stone. If you're a girl, you are a princess. You're the sunrise, the sunset. You're everything beautifully and wonderfully made. You're the sugar on the ice cream. That's as black as it gets right there, y'all. I'm just saying. That's who you are. If you're a boy, you're a legend. You're a champion. You're a world changer, history maker. You're the bomb diggity in the house, my brother, all right? You're it. Go ahead. You know why? Because you're not learning this from you. You're learning this from God. And He created you. Don't let anybody take your stone. Because what you're going to do is save the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in order for this to work, I got to take you back. When I was, it was the summer between junior and senior year. The summer between my junior and senior year, I fell in love. And I dated a girl. Now, she had to go to summer school. So I went with her. That's how pretty she was. You know she got to be pretty. So I went to summer school with her. I had to let her go because she was just a little too slow. I'm just saying, it's just like just did not work out. I'm just saying, I'm like the boy last night, except I only dated one girl. He had like 25. I'm just saying, all right. I'm just saying, I'm like, go ahead. You know why he had all those girlfriends? The boy that preached last night, because he looked like Rudy. And Rudy gets all the girls. I'm just saying. All right. So check this out. So when I got to my senior year in high school, somebody touch your neighbor and say, uh-oh. I got to the day where we get our schedule. It was a week before school started. When I walked in, the guidance counselor, my faculty advisor said, Reggie, in order to play football, you must be in school for at least 4 periods. You only need one class to graduate because you went to summer school. All you need is government. That's all you need is government. And that's 4th period. But in order for you to play your last year of football, you must be here at least 5. So let's make a schedule. She said, I called the coaches. And so 1st period, you're going to be the gym assistant. Word. 2nd period, you're going to be the gym assistant. I like the way this is going. 3rd period, we're going to make you the gym assistant. 4th period, you have government. 5th period, you have jazz band. And 6th period, you have football. Okay, I know y'all, whoever's clapping is like, that's highly impressive. Who didn't clap, you just jealous. Come on, y'all. I'm telling you, this was the greatest schedule of any human in the history of high school, all right? So the first day of school, somebody touch your neighbor and say, here we go. First day of school, I go to the gym. I walk in the gym and say, Coach, what you need me to do, man? I'm your gym assistant. And he went, Reggie. Now look at me. If you ever see someone in authority and they laugh like that before they say your name, like, Reggie, it ain't good for you. Somebody touch your neighbor and say, you need to remember that. And the coach said, Reggie, you're with me 2nd period, not 1st. They changed your schedule. Go to the front office and they'll give you a new schedule. I said, who changed my schedule? He goes, that's not my job. I'm just a coach. Go to the office. So I went to the office. Now the school office is usually run by 2 to 4 women who actually in reality run the whole school. Whoever's behind that desk in the main office, they got all the clout, bro. So check this out. I walk in. When I walk in, all of a sudden, 4 of the 4 ladies go, Reggie. That's not good. And I said, hey, they said I have a new schedule. They go, yes, baby, you do. Here's your new schedule. You need to go up to the 4th floor to room 402. I said, oh, you messing with me, girl. They ain't 4 floors in our school. We only have 3. She said, baby, go to the 3rd floor and you see the steps, keep going up. I went to the 3rd floor, and there were steps going up. I've never been up there. When I got to the top of the 4th floor, I pulled the door to open it, and when I looked up above the door, there were 2 capital letters. There was the capital A and then the capital P. I had no idea what that meant. I'm like, what is AP? Some of y'all do know. So I went to room 402. When I opened the door, it said this on the door. It said, Senior College Prep English. I almost threw up. I did, in my mouth, just a little bit, all right? But I put it back down, all right? I grabbed the door, I opened it up, and when I stepped in, it's seniors, all seniors. I knew nobody in that room except one dude. He the kicker. And you know what? He's smart. You know why? He know which way the wind blowing, all right? Me, they had to put L and R on the right shoe. I'm just saying, all right? So when I walked in, he looked at me and said, Reggie, run! I turned to run, and a lady go, ha, 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 Reggie. I've been waiting for you. Come and sit right here. I sit down, and the lady began to explain the whole class. She goes, we're getting you ready for college. Every college class has what they call a syllabus or a syllabi. It tells you everything you need to do, required to graduate from that class. Here's your syllabus or syllabi. And it simply said this: read 8 random books, write an 8.5 page paper on each book, and that is your grade for the class. I had to read 8 books, and write an 8.5 page paper on each book. Now I know some of you worried about me, but it's all right, because guess what? I got a C+ in that class. Clap your hands. And look at me. I'm a football player. C+ is an A- in anybody else's mind, all right? And I don't care what they tell you. You listen to me. C's get degrees. Somebody clap your hands right there. So ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you are like, what is this going on? What are you talking about? Oh, it's real simple. Here's what happened. I got to the end of the year. There was 2 weeks and 3 days left in the whole school year. My high school career was over. She passed out the grades that day, and I saw my C+. And I heard the angels singing, hallelujah, hallelujah. I cried a little bit. I did, one tear, just. I was so happy. And then the teacher said, hey, there's still 2.5 weeks left in our school year. What do you say? Let's have fun. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. She said, let's all go down and find one book, and let's read it in class for the fun of it. And everybody write one last 8.5 page paper on that book. Kids in the class were like, yay! I'm like, what is wrong with you? And you would drink grape Kool-Aid too. That was for the adults, okay? So I had to get out of it. Look at me, people. You got to get out of that stuff. So I raised my hand. I said, any book? She said, yes, Reggie, any book. My brothers and sisters of Oregon, I am so proud to announce to you that the last paper I wrote in high school was on the most incredible, legendary novel, Humpty Dumpty. I know. Some of you are like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? No, that Humpty. Yeah. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's man couldn't put Humpty together again. And I dropped an 8.5 page paper. I broke it down. I broke Humpty down. I told him, I said, first of all, Humpty an egg with arms and legs. He's a phenomenon. I'm telling you right now. I don't want to know where he came from because that's nasty, all right? I said, number 2, I want you to know Humpty had to be a teenager because he was up on the wall. If you're an egg, would you be on a wall if you grown? No, only teenagers do that. Not only that, Humpty was on crack. He smoked a lot of dope in his days, all right? Because he thought he could fly. He's up on that wall like, I'm Humpty Dumpty. And hey. I love it. Some of you are like, and I said, my conclusion, I said, listen to me. If all the king's horses and all the king's men were there, then the king had to be there somewhere. So next time you make a mistake, next time you fall, next time you crack your egghead, don't go to a man, don't go to a horse, go to the king. There's a sad part to this story. I handed it in too early. Way too early. School was over on Friday. I handed it in on Wednesday. The teacher said everyone's writing their paper, doing whatever. And all of a sudden I heard my teacher, I saw her reading mine. And she goes, and I'm like, oh my, it laughs. It's human. I couldn't believe it. And then she goes, ah, ha, ha. And she goes, class, put your pen down. Just stop, please. You have got to hear Reggie's paper. No. She started reading it, and kids are like, ha, 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 just laughing. It was like awesome. I'm like, I am the man. Even in college prep English, I was the man. When she got done, she went, oh, that's good. That's so good. Clap for Reggie, everybody. Everybody clap for me. And she went, whoosh, whoosh, started ripping it up into little pieces, threw it in the air like confetti at a Toby Mac concert. And she said, I cannot let you graduate with this trash. You got 2 days. Find another book, write an 8.5-page paper by Friday noon, or you get a 0 for the whole year. The devil's a liar, y'all. And I raised my hand. I said, any book? She goes, no, little man, no. I'm going with you. Let's go. I'm looking. Back then we had what we call libraries. Y'all know what that is. One little kid just yelled, I got a Kindle. Shut up, man. I'm reading. And I saw something. Okay. Are y'all good? Is everybody okay? Somebody touch your neighbor and say, I'm happy. Touch your other neighbor and say, how is this going to end? Look at me and say, Reggie, I got this. Okay, here we go. I always look at Wes and laugh because he gets all my jokes. Okay, here we go. I saw a book. If you're older, like let's say 37 and older, you'll understand this. The name of the book was simply this. It was 4 numbers, 4077, and 4 letters, MASH. So you put it together, you got the 4077 MASH. Some of you kids are watching Lifetime TV, okay? So here we go. It's about a mobile hospital unit in the Korean War. This mobile hospital unit was on the front line. And these guys and girls, doctors and nurses, were saving so many soldiers. And it was the story of them and how they saved people. So I thought, if I got to read a book in 2 days, this is it. So I pulled it off the shelf. And I said, how about this? Teacher said, absolutely. Cool. So I started reading it. I read chapter 1, then chapter 2, then chapter 3, then chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. But when I got to chapter 9, everything changed. You see, the one sound these doctors and nurses listened for was the sound of a helicopter. Because when they heard that sound, they knew somebody was hurt, somebody was wounded, and they knew their job was to save whoever was coming off that helicopter. So everybody, when they heard that sound, they ran to their spot. They ran to their job. If you're an orderly, you got in an ambulance and went up the hill to where the helicopter would land. And they had enough room for 24 helicopters to land at one time. This day, this particular day, in chapter 9, when the helicopters came, the doctors ran and got in their places. The nurses ran and got what they had to do. The surgery rooms were prepped and ready to go. And they got their jobs done. But here's what's crazy. They realized that while they were saving soldiers, Other soldiers would die waiting for a doctor to come see them. They would bleed out. So they decided, as a doctor and nurse team, we need to lose so that we can win. So here's what they did. Every day they would rotate it so no one had the burden. They would take one doctor and two nurses. Everybody say one doctor, two nurses. And they would do this. The doctor's job was to call out three specific colors. Three. He would look at the wounded soldier and he would say one of three colors. The first color, and please repeat it, is yellow. Come on, yellow. You want yellow. Yellow means you're not hurt bad. Yellow means we can fix you. Yellow means give you something for the pain, come back later, and it'll be all right. If you don't get yellow, you want blue. Everybody say blue. Come on, say blue. Blue means you're hurt bad. We got to get you to surgery. If we don't, you're going to die of your wounds. So if you can't get yellow, you can't get blue. I'm sorry. The only color, the only tag left was red. Everybody say red. Red means you're hurt too bad. Red means we can't do nothing for you. Red means you're going to die. Red means that all they could do is one thing. Watch this. Somebody touch your neighbor and say, okay, this is good now. Touch your other neighbor and say, I like this, Ed, I like this. Here we go. The first doctor called the colored tags, right? This nurse had every pocket full of tags. All she listened for is the color that the doctor asked for. And she would either go to the wrist or to the ankle and put that color tag on. There's one doctor, two nurses. The nurse behind the nurse with the tags, the soldiers had a name for her. She was called the kiss of death because all she had was pockets full of a drug called morphine in a shot. If she saw a red tag, she would go for the arm or for the thigh. Close her eyes, count to 20, open her eyes, and put the sheet over the soldier's face, because he's dead. That sounds really mean, but they had to do that. One day, you like it when they do that, don't you? One day, they were doing this tags. The doctor was calling out blue, blue, yellow, 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 blue, red. And the girl was tagging him right behind him. When the doctor said red and walked away, she put a red tag on his ankle. The girl came with the shot and saw the red tag. She was going for the arm. But the soldier grabbed her hand and said, it's okay. I know what you're gonna do. I'm all right. I understand. Tell my wife I love her. Tell my kids I did it for them. I just want them to be free. I'm all right now. And he closed his eyes. I'm gonna stop right here because I want to say something. It has been my honor. Some of the greatest things I've gotten to do is with some of the most incredible men and women I've ever met. And I don't even know at a youth convention if there would be anyone like this here. But let me tell you something. Years ago, I got a phone call from the United States military, and it was called the USO. And they found out that soldiers, men and women, have seen me in high school, middle school, and have gone on to a career in the armed forces. So they decided, what better guy to go play a concert in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and even all the way back to Desert Storm than Reggie. So it's been my most incredible honor to stand on stages and to play and perform and to speak to some of the most elite fighting soldiers and heroes our country has ever known. So I'm stopping. I don't normally do this, but I want to do this. If you are serving in the military, if you have served in the military, I want to honor you. So every military person in this room, man, it's going to be leaders, of course. I need you to stand up if you would. Is Oregon going to stay seated while there's heroes in the room? I don't think so. Are you really? Is that all you're going to do is a golf clap? Is that all you got? Oh, come on. Somebody shake a hand of a hero and tell him thank you for what you're doing. Come on, shake a hand of a hero. Give him a hug. Tell him thank you for your service. Y'all sit down. I got to finish. What's wrong with you people? Now, I know there might be a few people here all angry and mad, but just remember this. The men and women who just stood that we clap for, they fought in wars so that you can have your opinion too. So that's cool. I can live with it. And now look. Don't even try to email Brian. You can email me. My email's on. Hey, just Google my name. My email will come up. I ain't got nothing to hide, and I'll answer your email because you need to know what's worth fighting for. Freedom of speech is worth fighting for. On either side, I don't care. Now listen, can I say something else? Here's the deal. Some people look at me and go, how do you love like this? Oh, it's simple. There's a difference between my compassion and my convictions. I don't think y'all heard me. There's a difference between my compassion and my convictions. My compassions help me love everyone. No matter who they are, no matter how they're dressed, no matter where they're from, no matter what they believe, no matter what religion, I can walk in. Do you know in the state of Minnesota, there are Muslim communities, and in their school system, they only want one speaker to come speak, and it's me. And they know I'm not only saved, but they know that I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. But the Muslim leader looked at me and said, I have never seen anyone who's not Muslim love people the way you do. A matter of fact, you may love our children more than we do. We need that in our community. And then after about the 5th year of me going to that community, he said, you have absolutely showed me. And it's starting to make me question my faith. You see, if we love enough, they're going to come around. Because see, we don't change nobody. God does. God does. Somebody say love. Okay, I got 4 minutes left. Y'all ready? 4 minutes. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, here we go. Ooh, look at you kids. Y'all know where the clock is up there, don't you? All right. Look at that. Y'all been looking at it all week. Hey, it didn't work last night, did it? Y'all look back, it was off. They go, oh, man. Y'all ready? Here it is. Let's finish this. The nurse, when he grabbed her hand and said, tell my wife I love her, tell my kids I understand what you got to do, it's okay. He laid back to die. She reached in her back pocket and pulled out scissors. She clipped off the red tag, put a blue one on, yelled, orderly! And 2 men came and took him to surgery. Somebody say 1 day. Say 1 week. Say 1 month. Say 2 months. Say 3 months. 3 months to the day that she did that went by, and all of a sudden they had no wounded soldiers. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row, not one wounded soldier. They have never not had one wounded soldier. On the morning of the 8th morning, they heard the helicopters again. Everybody went to their spot. Everybody watched. The helicopters landed, and there was a lot of them. When they did, soldiers came running off. SEAL team, Rangers. It was unbelievable. And as they ran off, they went into the woods, set up a perimeter. All of a sudden, one of the commanders at the MASH unit walked over to a soldier and said, excuse me, sir, are there any wounded? He says, no, there's not. I said, why are you here? He's coming. Every soldier that they asked said, he's coming. About 30 minutes later, trucks came in, big old trucks, more soldiers, more SEALs, more of these Rangers, and they went in the woods, and when they asked the driver, hey, what are you doing here? He's coming. Everybody touch your neighbor and say, he's coming. Touch your other neighbor and say, he's coming. That's when it happened. About 2 hours after that, these 4 limousines pulled in. In the middle of the limousine stepped out a man. He had 5 stars on each shoulder. He's a 5-star general. One of the greatest war heroes we've ever had in the United States. He walked out and he said to the commander of the MASH unit, hey, it's good to meet you. He was country. He's like Alabama. He goes, how y'all doing? He says, could you get all the doctors and nurses in the cafeteria? I want to talk to them. Not only that, I got my cooks, I got my steaks. We're going to feed everybody a steak dinner because we are so happy that you guys have saved so many people. Everybody gets in the cafeteria. Somebody touch your neighbor and say, here it is. Touch your other neighbor and say, here we go. Everybody gets in the cafeteria. When they all get in the cafeteria, he stands up. And when he stands up, everybody jumped up and saluted. He says, you may be seated. He says, you, this MASH unit, 4077, you're one of the greatest units ever. You have saved so many of my fighting soldiers. I want to thank you for your diligence. Thank you for your commitment to save lives. But I also have a question. What is this? And he held up a chart, a doctor's chart, with a big red slash from a marker through it. They said, that's a patient chart. He said, what's this red slash? And the doctor explained, yellow, blue, and red. He goes, whoever that is, how long ago was it? Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? He goes, no, 3 months. He said, sir, that soldier's dead. We could not help him with his wounds. We probably gave him morphine, so at least you could tell the family he died peacefully. He said, thank you, doctor. He goes, but I got a question. Everybody's there, doctors, nurses. He said, what if I told you that this soldier was at home? What if I told you that this soldier is with his wife and kids? What if I told you that my smart people at the Pentagon took 3 months to figure it out? And they said that somebody in this room changed that boy's tag. And I came to find out who did it. I got all day to wait. The lady was on the left-hand side, about halfway back near one of the aisles. First she raised her hand, but he didn't see it. He kept yelling, who did it? And finally he looked over and saw her, and she had stand up and she was in the aisle. This is stuff that I will never forget. The 5-star general, they said, took off running. He turned a corner running toward the little nurse. He fell. Everybody laughed, started making comments. He didn't even get up. He crawled on his hands and knees, grabbed her by the ankles. All of a sudden, everybody was saying, what is this? This is crazy. But when everybody got calm and got quiet, all they can hear was a 5-star general who had the ankles of this nurse, and he was screaming to the top of his lungs, that was my son! You saved my son! Look at me today. You wasn't born just to be saved. You wasn't born just to go to heaven. God did not speak to you this week so that you can go back to the way it used to be. You're the hero. You're the tag changer. You can change your school. You can. You can see hurting. You can see sorrow. You can see a sad kid. You can give hope. You can give love. You can give mercy. You can do this. Somebody say, I am a tag changer. I am a tag changer. I am a tag changer. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to tell you today. Since June, suicide amongst 13 to 35-year-olds has gone up 29%. Some of you can even say, I know, but what are you doing about it? Just because you're not the one suicidal doesn't mean you can't be the one who turns on the light. Love turns on that light. Love gives hope where there is no hope. Love does. You got to be love. You got to be love at Pendleton. You got to be love in Portland. You got to be love in Bonanza. Gotta be loved. I loved your school. I was at their school last week. Aren't you seeing that's why I come to schools? No, I cannot say Jesus. But that doesn't mean my scissors from the Holy Spirit can't cut some tags. Somebody say, I am a tag changer. 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 Do you know how many kids are waiting for you to get home? You know how many kids are waiting for you to get to school? You know how many kids are just waiting? You know how many kids are longing to have hope, longing for someone to tell them something, longing for someone to hold them? Do you know what I do in every school? In every single school near the end, I say, I came here today to say from the back to the front, from the left to the right, to every kid in this room, I love you. And you know what happens in every school, even Bonanza? Some kid will yell out, I love you too. Nobody laughs, nobody jokes, nobody teases, because when real love comes, it changes hearts, it changes lives. And you know what? You don't need somebody from Florida to come to Oregon to show love in your school. It's your school. This is your state. This is your home. It's your bad beavers or badgers or ducks or whatever you want to call them. It's your blazers, it's your home, this is your mountain, this is your water, this is your ocean, and what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to let people die? Or are you going to take a stand for Jesus? Are you going to be the tag changer? Or are you going to be the one who pulled a sheet over someone who dies? You got to be the man And you must be the woman. Because you're the hero. You're the hero in this book. You're the hero. In this story, you're the one. The only thing that's left is for you to take that and decide, I am the hero. In Jesus' name, I am the hero. I am the hero. I am the hero. I am the hero. You know, somehow this is not convincing. My preaching is very convincing. I'm sweating like a madman up here. But your response is like some kid who's been up all weekend. Instead of taking your tiredness, instead of taking your laziness and saying, not at this moment. I could be tired at noon. I'm not going to be tired at 11:40. I'm going to be Jesus at 11:40. I'm going to step past my tiredness and I'm going to proclaim who I am. I am a hero. I am a hero. Let's do this. I am a tag changer. So I am a hero. I am a tag changer. So I am the hero.